Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Diamond Abigail Johnston.
Oh. Oi! Aussie! 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 I'm so proud. In Las Vegas we had 6 Australians at the conference, and I think maybe 26 and counting here have all made the 20-hour plus flight to Canada. I'm so truly grateful to be speaking here and so humbled. There's so many things I like to talk about, but I've restricted myself to 3 things that are dear to my heart. And it was the moment I really got it, when that light bulb went off, how teamwork makes dreams work, and I got that from my Diamond leaders, and the flagship product of our business. So there's one thing I never normally speak about, but I want to speak about this today because you're like my extended family, and I want to ask you, is that okay if I speak about it? So just a little bit about me and when I started. The first 2 people I actually approached in this business were 2 businessmen in Australia, in Brisbane, my hometown. And when I had presented the Nucerity opportunity, they actually said, Abigail, they would not hire me if this was a job interview. And why? Because according to them, I was too quiet, too unassuming, too honest, and I was not a salesperson. But what they underestimated was my why for doing this business. At 24, I'm 47 now, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and was about to go through the dark night of the soul. I had to take on the greatest fight of my life, and by the time they'd found the cancer, I had to have the hardest chemotherapy that a woman could endure. So I fought for 18 months with chemotherapy and 250 blood transfusions, and came out at the end, and now my glass is always half full instead of half empty. So if someone tells you or doubts you that can you do something, how long can you fight hard enough to see your way through, and do you have the internal strength and fortitude to go all the way? Do you have the courage, and how great is your why? And to say I believe in miracles is an understatement. And then Eva Bergstrom comes along with another little miracle, and this time it came in a bottle, our miracle in a bottle. I was asked by a team member the other day why I should go to conference. They knew it was going to be great, but they still needed some positive reinforcement. I'd like to start off by telling you a story of how I came to really get this business and what it stands for, and how going to the last conference gave me that. Earlier this year, my fiancé and I went to Vegas to attend our very first Nucerity conference, and being a detective with the Criminal Investigation Bureau in Australia, he took it on himself to go over the business and the company with a fine-tooth comb while we're there. So we met Lonnie, Richard and David. If you count it, my heart is pounding so hard. For the first time, and wow, that was so impressive. But there was so much more, and I often hear about their little acts of kindness, and not everyone knows about it, and I am in awe. And at the end of the trip I said, honey, so tell me what you think. And he said, "You absolutely cannot orchestrate what this company and these founders stand for. It is world class." Coming back from the conference, I ranked Emerald and began travelling with my closest girlfriend Lillian to parts of Australia to share Nucerity. Road trips are always full of adventure and stories, and one particular time I felt very intimidated because the lady we were presenting to was so poised, educated and well. She just kind of really knew her stuff. So I started speaking of the founders, the product and why it was a network marketing business. I'd never done network marketing before in my life. And how you'll never see this product in a large department store. She then breathed a sigh of relief and said, "Thank goodness for that." She then said, "You don't have to tell me anymore. I was a nurse in my younger days and I really understand this breathable barrier technology." By the way, you talk about these founders, Abigail. They seem like really caring, genuine men. It was at that point I got teary. I felt so emotional, but I managed to pull myself together and say, yes, I've had the pleasure of meeting them, and they are exactly what you said, caring, genuine men. While leaving this town, I realised that I would be there for my team that Lillian and I were building. The individuals in our team were taking a chance on us, and we had their dreams in our hands. It's just like when Lonnie, David and Richard said to us, they feel a deep sense of responsibility to us. Well, it was at that moment that I got it. I felt a deep bond to the team that we were building. That was the moment I really understood the commitment these three gentlemen have to our family. And it was now flowing through me to my team. And that created a huge awareness of the responsibility I have to be there for them. We were all in this together, and we always will be. This business is so empowering. It makes each of us dream, and it can make that dream a possibility. That is in itself is empowering for every single one of us, regardless of our age, our race, or our profession. Which brings me to my second point, teamwork makes your dreams work. Do you remember the relay race at school where it seemed like a lot of the time you spent picking your team members and then they worked together to each run as fast as possible to pass the baton to the next runner? I would like to think this business has similar features. We're really just passing the baton because if the team under you does not rank, you do not rank. The baton is passed on up the line as more of your team achieves rank. And it's not about you or me, it's about us. And so we work together to achieve our dreams. As a makeup artist, I was only as good as my last job. Now, I'm only as good as my team. I now like to think of myself as a dream catcher. I've got so many of my Australian teammates' dreams in my hands and in my heart. Lastly, I need to say a little bit about our flagship product, Skincerity. I've spent the last 18 years as a makeup artist for television, working in Australia and internationally. I also have the pleasure of working with an international celebrity. Once a year we work together for 12 years. She comes out to Australia to do a TV show. She came to me in January and she pulled me aside, and we're both 47. And she said, "Abigail, how come I live in a cold country and you live in Australia and I've got more wrinkles than you?" And I said, "Well, I've just been rolling this mask." And of course she wanted to use it. She used it for 4 nights. The head technical director actually came knocking on the makeup trailer, and we only ever see him if there's a problem. And he said, "What are you doing differently with Sonia's makeup?" She said, "Have you added a warmth to her skin? Are there highlights? You've done something." I said, "No, all she's done is roll on this mask." And he said, "Well, I want what she's having." And he said it looked like the glow was coming from within. Nothing else can do what this mask can do. And in all my years of study in makeup artistry and working in a high-profile industry, I've never once seen a new innovative product that will come close to what Skincerity delivers. And I get introduced to a lot. I have to pinch myself to remind myself it's all real. We've been handed gold, packaged in a company that cares. I'd like to end by saying thank you, firstly to the person that made me dream, Eva Bergstrom. You introduced me to this magic melting pot and the three divine old school Texan gentlemen and what they stand for. I would not be here without you. Thank you for your guidance and for teaching me how to spread my wings and fly. I'm so proud to be standing beside you as a diamond leader in Australia. Thank you to Tony Miller and Pam Harris. You are both my safe place to fall, my security blanket, and we all need those, and I'm lucky that I have both of you. Sally Gibbons, without you, none of these proud Aussie butterflies would be here. Thank you to Debbie Snyder for your warmth, your kindness, and your encouragement, and for you teaching me to never let anyone to steal my dreams. TL for your beautiful spirit, and Lisa for keeping a watchful eye on all of us. To my girlfriends, Lillian Sutton, Melena Rossell and Heather Pointer, we are walking this journey together. It's unbelievable, and I just love doing this with you. After 19 years of friendship with Lillian, we have finally found the business venture to do, and trust me, we looked at a lot, and I feel truly blessed. A special thank you to Shannon Melnick, whose friendship, enthusiasm, and kindness while in Australia was unwavering. It truly shows the spirit of this company and the people in it. When someone, not even on your pay leg, reaches out and says, let's do this together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to my fiancé Matt, who could not be on this trip. All of the Australian Police Force are in a lockdown at the moment because of the high alert in Australia and the G20 summit coming up in November. We had everything booked, but they put an embargo on him. So my dream is that very soon we will not have such restrictions, thanks to Skincerity. Many years ago, Lillian gave me a gift. It was a dream catcher, and it still hangs above my bed. She told me it would catch all of my dreams, and that one day my dream would come true. Well, Skincerity International is that dream for me, and I never want to wake up from it. Thank you, Richard, Lonnie and David, Connie, Joel and the corporate team, and especially Melissa, for helping us make our dreams possible. Thank you for giving us all a reason to dare to dream. Thank you.